Hello, everybody. What's up? This is the Captain's Crew Wrestling Commentary back with another episode. Technically, this is a redo episode. I am Captain Turbo, and joining me tonight, I have just the one and only forever present Scarecrow.
Hello, guys.
And as we said, we're going to be doing the big event, so I'll go more into what we're doing in a second here with this. But we're going to get started, so if you press play on go. 3, 2, 1, go. And let the 1986 Craptastic show begin.
Ah, yes, with all the beautiful skylines.
All right, so you're probably wondering why we're doing this now. This is episode 4. I'm pretty sure if you've watched any of these, you might wonder why there's a gap between episodes 3 and 5. To put it simply, after we did episode 4 originally, I lost the OBS file, and it was either lost or it was a corrupt or something, and I couldn't salvage it, so I said we put it back to the wayside for a few months, which has turned out to be nearly a year now. Um, well, it's been at least 10 months anyway, so I think enough time's passed that this is going to feel fresh enough to watch again. So,
Yep.
and although there's only two of us tonight, I'm still keeping the original scores that Wiz and Opie gave the show as well back when we first watched it.
Okay.
So I do actually remember what they gave it. All right, so was actually going to stream tonight, but both Opie, who's still at work, and this guy were talking about CCWC, so why not?
He started it, okay?
True.
Like, I just jumped on board because I just remembered it had been a while, but it's been crazy busy, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I've also had a lot of stuff going on and all that jazz as well. So it has been put to the wayside. This has always been a massive side project. You know, everything else on my channel takes precedent over this. This is just when there is spare time or when we really want to do it.
Yes.
But yeah, you won't see any other two-man episodes of this. This is purely for the fact that this is a replay of this more than anything else. You know,
Yep.
I was if I had to, I'd have done this solo if need be, but whatever. At least Scarecrow was here for this. It's less than a 2 hour show, just under. So it's not like it'll take forever. And because we obviously wanted to talk about wrestling, because tonight we just watched WWE Crown Jewel, and oh my
No,
god,
tonight for it was the night for Turbo. It was in the middle of the fucking morning for the United States.
well, it was well, for you guys. It started at like noon, didn't it?
It started at 11 a.m. for me.
Or 11?
Pre-show
Oh,
started at 10.
oh wait, are you
Yes.
central? You're central, aren't you? Yeah,
Yes.
it started at like 4 p.m. for me, or at least that was the normal time. Obviously, there was the pre-show as well before that.
Ugh.
Oh, but guy, yeah, we. All right, so yeah, that'll probably age this episode a little bit, depending on when I actually upload this. But yeah, Crown Jewel today was not very good. Let's put it that way.
hmm
It was pretty bad.
It was ass. You know what? I'm not even gonna sugarcoat the shit. It was ass, okay? Like WrestleMania was low key ass. This was high key ass. All right.
And is it just me, or is part of this screen cut off for you as well at the bottom?
It is.
It is okay, so it isn't just me. Like it looks like this about a quarter of the screen at the bottom is not there. I can't
It's
even see
not there.
I can't even see the fucking WWF logo anywhere. Huh.
You can barely see the audience on our near side.
I can't even see
Yeah.
that. It's pretty bad. I mean, I can sort of see the top of their heads slightly. One of them anyway. I can see one person standing up and down. That's about it.
I can see their hands.
You might have it a little bit more than me. Again, I've got these on the hard drive, not on my thing. So, I mean, I've totally got a legitimate copy of this. Yeah, I have the network. Yeah, just shifty eyes. All right, but so yeah, we're back in the well, technically the middle of the '80s right now, instead of the end where we were getting close to. Jump back a couple of years here to 1986. This takes place after WrestleMania 2, but before WrestleMania 3. So, yeah, there was actually an event. I think this might have been like a house show or something, or at least a glorified house show. I know this was in Canada. I remember they saying it was in Alberta or somewhere like that. I know it's in Canada at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you're listening to the commentary as well.
Uh, the little that there is.
Yeah, at least so he's got commentary. I don't, and we have the voices of Gorilla Monsoon, Ernie Ladd, who I don't have any clue who that is, and I didn't see the last one in time.
Uh, Johnny Valiant, I
Oh,
believe.
Johnny Valiant. Okay, I at least heard of him. Okay. And the thing is, guys, this isn't even the only one we're doing tonight. We're going to be doing another episode later. Once hope I get
Oh
home from
yeah.
work.
Yep. Well, it'll be the trio this time because game was passed,
Wiz
unfortunately.
passed. I
Oh.
think Thunder is currently streaming. He might jump in after he's done if he's in time.
Yep. Speaking of streaming, I left the stream to come over here, but it doesn't matter. I like splitting my time
I
because
appreciate it.
NJ's there. NJ's there too, so Dine's not alone. That's why I didn't feel bad taking off.
Again, appreciated though, because quite honestly, I would rather have had one person here for this rather than doing it myself.
When you asked me, that was perfect timing because he was saying I'm about to go to intermission. I was just like, well, I can clean up. Got a shower real quick, grab the drink, grab some. I got some movie snacks for tonight's CCWC. So let's go.
I've already had a pizza earlier, so I'm not too fussed.
I had a burger, but I just wanted to have like snacky foods around.
What is it, popcorn or something?
I have Whoppers, I have pretzel goldfish cookies, and some strawberry soda. Oh, and I have Kit Kats.
Oh, nice. Kit Kats are
It's
always good.
Halloween, bruh.
No, it's not. Not for me. It isn't.
Well, it was
Well,
Halloween,
it
I should
was
say. I got all
Halloween.
this.
Did you get any trick
I
or
didn't trick or
treaters?
treat.
Because we didn't get a single one.
Nah, and I worked that night anyway.
Oh, fair enough. All right, so first match here we have the Killer Bees. I think it's the Funk Brothers. I think it's
The butts.
the what?
And I'm looking at those tights.
Oh yeah, the Killer Bees tights are. Well, they stand out at the very least. They're not just fucking boring black and white or red or whatever.
It's
Uh,
true.
I actually didn't remember the Killer Bees being this early on. Actually, I thought it was like the late '80s or something, but apparently not. And these guys, oh god, no, these guys aren't touching steroids in the slightest. I mean, don't look at these big bodies at the moment. Vince McMahon
Oh,
jacking
no.
off somewhere in the back.
Somewhere. He's back there in the gorilla position. No, I'm just playing.
And Jimmy Hart, looking like the. Do you know who he reminds me of? Have you ever? Oh, of course you've played or at least seen it. He reminds me of the lawyer from GTA Vice City.
Yeah.
Yeah, he reminds me of him. Rosenberg, that's it. In looks, anyway. Obviously, they don't sound anything alike. A big McDonald's sign in the background there. Oh, when it comes to this one, I don't know if I'll be using 2K16 anymore for the simulations because I do have 2K19 with all the legends now. Or is it 2K? It might be 2K18 actually. Sorry, I can't remember which one. It's not the most recent. Yeah, it's 2K18. I have it with all the legends. I couldn't find any like legendary women like Mae Young and all that, or Fabulous Moolah and all that. There was practically nothing online. Like Leilani Kai. I think the only one I could find was Alondra Blaze, and that was about it. So, but the men, there were plenty of them. I think I have enough to do most of this card. If I don't, then I'll just use 2K16. But the next episode we're doing tonight, which will be SummerSlam 1988, which is episode 9, I definitely will be using 2K18 for that. So if you don't see an upgrade for this one, you will see an upgrade for that one.
Upgrade!
And by upgrade, I just means like in terms of graphical fidelity and all that shit. Oops, I've
Is the
accidentally.
game any good?
Pardon?
Is the game any good?
1 second. What time we accidentally closed media player?
I'm at 9 and 10 seconds.
All right. Well,
Hang on.
let me know where we're 9:50.
950?
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's where I'm at. I just accidentally closed it then when I kind of knocked my mouse and it clicked it off.
It happened.
And just look at this static image. It screams like actually it screams 70s wrestling, not 80s. And just see one guy standing on his own
2,
on the bottom.
1, 50.
Okay, and we're synced up. All right, so yeah, let's. I guess we can talk about Crown Jewel for a little bit tonight. I mean, I'll give them this. If HBK did pretty fucking well for a guy that's been out of wrestling for nearly 10 years.
He's been practicing.
Yeah, I mean, still to be out of it that long and be able to, because apparently Triple H got injured, so during the match, so he had to take over the bulk for a while.
Was Triple H legit injured?
I think there were rumors that he tore his pectoral muscle, but it might have just been that he dislocated his shoulder for a while. They had to do something about that in the background and fix him up. So Sean had to, I think, stay in the match a lot longer than originally was anticipated. So, and to be fair, he actually did a decent job. But Jesus Christ, I can't believe both Taker and Kane just fucking missed him when he did the moonsault. Just goes flat out between the two of them.
Yeah. That moonsault.
It was, to be fair, it wasn't half bad for a man his age or anything. It was just they weren't there to catch him.
Mm-mm.
And then there was the part where Triple H and Taker decided to run out the fucking barricades so you could get there first.
No, you can hear Triple H or whoever it was that messed up. Somebody said it really loud. No, we're supposed to go this way, and then they just kind of merrily trot off. Into the barricade. I'm like, all right, Cole, chill out.
Yeah, I think it's like that. I mean, the match wasn't half as bad as I thought it was going to be. Wait, was that the match already? Fucking hell.
Yep, Killer
and you're
Bees
winners
just
of the
won.
Killer Bees. Wait a second. When the fuck did they put their masks on?
Halfway through the match.
Okay.
They were literally outside the ring, like, just, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I don't remember seeing that before. But yeah, the match, like the main event of Crown Jewel, the best thing I can say is it was better than expected, but it was still a fucking mess.
The whole show was a mess.
I'll be honest with you, I missed... Like, I caught a bit of the pre-show, I caught a bit of the Nakamura-Rusev match, which actually wasn't half bad. But I missed most of the first hour of the show, so... I missed most of, like, the quarterfinal matches.
You didn't miss anything. I mean, Shane won the whole fucking thing.
I saw the final, Jesus Christ.
I mean, come on, dude. Like,
although...
And the way that, like, don't get me wrong, I know Dolph's a heel and everything, but it was as predicted. Drew McIntyre helped him get to everywhere.
Yeah,
all the way through the turn.
I know, I saw the thing. But it's just thing, I mean, the rumors... Nice. That was pretty good. The rumor has been that they didn't want to have any of the wrestlers associated with winning the World Cup thing, because it had been in Crown Jewel and all that, so they decided to just put it on Shane so people wouldn't care.
At least they already didn't care.
I know people didn't care anyway, but because of the massive backlash that's come with the whole hosting it in Saudi Arabia thing, I think they just wanted to... there's even a fucking rumor already that they made this show as deliberately bad as possible just so they wouldn't have to host another fucking event there.
Well, I can believe that now.
I could technically believe it, but I don't know if... Because here's the thing, Vince puts on shit shows all the time, so it's hard to tell when it's because they're trying to do it for an actual reason rather than they just don't have any creative, power anymore. Who knows? I'm sorry.
That being said, I mean, Evolution was a wonderful show, even though the card looked like shit.
The card looked like crap, but that ended up being really good. Ended up being fantastic, actually. I didn't see... At least I missed the tag match at the beginning, but that was it. Everything else
you didn't miss.
I heard it was okay. I heard it was actually the weakest match on the card.
Yeah.
But it was still considered a decent match. Oh, by the way, we have King Tonga versus the Magnificent Morocco at the moment.
Yep, Don Marco.
King Tonga, also known as Haku, I think. Is it Haku?
Look like him.
That's either a very young Haku or it's not Haku. Then again, it is 1986, so. Actually, what was your favorite match at Evolution?
If not Ronda and Nikki, then
Oh, I definitely go Charlotte Becky myself.
there it is. Exactly. I was about to say
I mean,
if
don't get.
it
Hmm?
isn't Ronda, it's Becky and Charlotte for sure. They stole it.
Oh, without question. I mean, I wouldn't exactly put Nikki uh, and Ronda in my top three matches, but I will give it its due. It actually ended up being a pretty decent match. I was a lot more surprised than I thought it was going to be. Props to Nikki. She actually put on a decent match for once. And that armbar off
That'll
the
be.
top rope from fucking Ronda was fantastic.
Oh yeah, like I said, to be fair, Ronda's a thing all the time.
Ronda's been amazing since she got there. The fact that she's transitioned from UFC to WWE style so quickly. I mean, obviously she still needs a bit of work on promos and stuff, but damn, in ring she can't really get much better.
Yeah. What do you think about the Charlotte and Ronda tease?
What was it?
No, it's
Oh,
that.
you mean the Becky and Ronda tease?
No, no, oh no. I mean Charlotte and Ronda.
Wait, they had a tease?
Yeah.
When was this?
Oh, well, you don't watch the regular shows.
I
It
don't
was
watch Raw and
teased.
SmackDown, dude.
Yeah, I know. Teased when all this started back when Nia Raw went.
Just a heads up that you're crying out a little bit.
Oh, sorry. This was back when when Nia Jax was the Raw one, and Charlotte was the one that was let's just say kind of pushing Ronda to do it. To take the title match.
I don't
That was
remember, dude. I mean, I'd still be interested in seeing that match. Don't get me wrong. I think it'd be a good match, actually.
that'd be fantastic.
I'll be honest though. What I really wanted was Asuka versus Ronda when Ronda first came in. And to be honest, a part of me still wants to
Why?
see that.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'd still rather see Becky versus Ronda, to be honest, because they both have. I mean, I know there's no fucking comparison between Ronda being able to rip somebody's arm off and then Becky having a wrestling move, but I'd love to see them both just target each other's arms for like half an hour and just fucking waylay on each other's arms to see still until somebody submits. I think it's gonna be awesome, to be honest.
Funny
Actually,
you say that. I was thinking Shayna,
you're thinking what? Sorry.
Shayna and
Oh,
Ronda.
Shayna and Ronda will be a good match eventually because both, like, obviously, I think Ronda's already got it in ring and Shayna's practically there already herself. But I do think Shayna needs a lot more work on the microphone.
She does.
I mean, don't get me wrong, she's obviously trying her hardest, but she still sounds very robotic with everything she comes out with. Like, you can tell it's sort of coming off a script rather than it being something that she's trying to pass off as, like, legitimate speeches and legitimate talking and all that jazz.
Oh yeah.
But like saying ring wise, I think they both actually would be able to put on a good match together at the moment already. So,
Eh,
and yes, we are still watching Morocco and Tonga go at it. Unfortunately, we're pretty much just watching a fucking rest hold at the moment. And he's still got him in. He's not even got a fucking proper. He's got a. What the hell is that?
what?
This hold he's got him on. It's not even a proper fucking hold. It's not like even a sleeper hold or anything like that. It's just like a nerve grip or something. Here, let me give you a massage.
Uh, massage.
Jesus, look at
Do it.
Morocco though. Look at the size of this guy.
No,
And
he's not, dude.
he's got fucking drool coming out. Oh, it's fucking gross. Oh, it's a massive saliva. Oh, fuck, that's disgusting. You couldn't have found a fucking better camera angle where we couldn't see that, guys.
He was straight up drooling.
Yeah, he was.
Not
That
even
was
tripping.
gross. He's also sweating like crazy.
Yep. No, he's not juiced, not at all.
Oh no, not in the slightest. It's not if he maybe grew. So if he shrunk a few more inches, he'd be the same size width-wise as his length.
Mm.
One thing I really have, I mean, that you just said that. One thing I don't like about the HD updates for the network is when you have like spotlights and stuff glowing down on the ring, it really fucking glares at the screen.
It does.
It is. I mean, on VHS, it didn't actually used to be a problem, but it is the one issue I do have with them upgrading everything. I mean, that the fucking red glow there wouldn't have been as bad on VHS on like standard definition. It's just a minor annoyance.
But come on.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
80s TV would never look this good.
Oh no, no, no. I agree with you on that. I just wish, obviously, it wasn't as bad. Maybe they could have dimmed it a little bit, but I suppose that would have required more effort. So what else happened? Crown Jewel that we could talk. Oh yeah, obviously the big fucking massively 5-star rated by Meltzer Universal title match between Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar.
With
Uh,
that, bro, I already knew how that was gonna go when he started spamming F5s. I go, this is a WrestleMania repeat. He's just taking Roman's
Dude, I'll
spot.
be honest. I missed most of the match. I went to the fucking bathroom, and when I came back, Braun Strowman was on the outside. Came back
Yeah,
in.
he got F5'd
Yeah,
outside.
I saw the
That was the
replay afterwards. I was like, what? What the fuck? And then I saw that Corbin had hit him with the fucking belt before the match started and all that, and I can't. I am shocked that they've gone with Brock again. To be honest, after the whole fucking. I mean, all right, Brock brings in a little bit of mainstream attention, sure, but why? It wasn't a success last time. Why do they think it's going to be this time?
I told y'all, if anything happened to Roman, they would put the title back on Brock because they don't know what the fuck to do with the Universal title. Because Braun, like, as over as Braun is, they don't think he could carry a company like Roman. The fact of the matter is this: I may not like Brock, but I just have to respect the fact that Vince puts enough faith in to carry the company while Roman's gone. That's all this is. They're having to scramble to figure out last minute plans. Roman Reigns sick.
I suppose you got a point there, but I don't know. I don't want this. Here's the thing. I hoping this isn't going to start a program between Braun and Brock that's going to last till Mania. Because here's the thing. I think Braun and Brock can both have really good matches. Brock had a fantastic match against AJ Styles last year. Braun's had some fantastic matches himself with other people as well. But the two of them do not have good one-on-one single matches. They've been a part of the same match where it's been good, like that Fatal 4-Way last year or whatever it was, Fatal 5-Way or whatever, where Braun just went to town and started destroying the fucking ring, throwing chairs around. That was fantastic. But that had more people in it. But that had more than just Braun and Brock in it. I really don't want it. I really don't want the main event of Mania to be Brock versus Braun.
Well, let's wish Roman a speedy recovery.
I don't see Roman getting back anytime soon. I'll be surprised if he's back at all in 2019.
Uh-huh. Same.
Here's the thing. Obviously, leukemia is not a nice thing for anybody to have. Here's the thing. With Brock, I think. Sorry, with Roman. Obviously, he's in good shape. He takes care of himself and all that. I think he'll have a fairly quick recovery compared to a standard person. But the fact of the matter
Yeah.
is, it's still going to take a while for that to go away and to make sure it's gone away and all that. So, and even after it's
Uh-huh.
gone away, he's got to recover from the procedure. So he's going to be a while away.
Yep. Also, that's why they pulled the trigger on a Dean Ambrose heel turn on the same night Roman had
Which
to leave.
I still
because-
think was a great idea.
Yes, yes.
Shocking. I
Tyler,
didn't think they'd have the balls to do it, but I'm glad they did.
Yes, I'm here for heel Dean Ambrose.
By the way, I'm sorry for not talking about the match, but I can't fucking focus on anything but Don Morocco fucking drooling every time he gets hit. It's fucking disgusting right now. Anyway, carry on with
The
what you were
match
saying, dude.
the match itself isn't that great,
It's
but
okay for a standard 86 match. It's been okay. I just
oh,
can't
but
take
of
my
course.
focus off anything but his mouth at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, carry on what you were saying, man.
Nah, I'm just like with Dean and Seth, that people are were complaining about the timing, but they don't realize that that's the feud that's going to hold Monday Night Raw, especially since the Universal title's now gone. That's what's going to hold Raw
I,
until they figure out what to do.
yeah, here's the thing, and this is one thing I will say is, if it had been any other way they'd have done it, Dean would not have gotten booed. The fact that it was on the same night that Roman had to announce the fact that he had leukemia again, and he was having to go away, and there was that whole thing where the Shield hugged at the top of the ramp and all that, and and then obviously Roman went, and then Seth and Dean won the titles, and then Dean instantly turned. Any other night would not have worked. It had to be that night where Roman announced all that. It had to be it had to be something actually life threatening in order to get Dean over as a heel properly. I mean, he'd have still got a massive reaction, but people would have been cheering. But because of how he did it, he's actually getting booed, as he should be.
Yes.
And in my opinion, it's the only way it would have worked. By the way, I think the match is over.
Oh yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
and Don Morocco won that, ladies and gents.
Yep. Nice.
And now we got Ted Arcidi versus Tony Garea.
I don't remember Tony Garea. I know who Ted Arcidi is though. He did the whole weightlifting thing at the Rumble pay per view we did last time, or a couple episodes
Mm-hmm.
ago. The
Oh
thing
my!
that took about half an hour, if not 40 minutes or something, wasted like about a quarter of the pay per view.
Look at the size of those arms.
John, this looks like fucking prototype Rusev right here. Obviously, but with more steroids.
Uh-huh.
Still, what did you think of the Ambrose heel turn?
I loved it. I was so glad that it happened because here was my whole thing. The Shield didn't need to be back together in the first place. Roman was fine on his own, just like Seth was fine on his own.
To be fair, they
I
could have
mean,
found something for Dean to do. They just always seem to flounder when it's to give him something.
yeah, I know.
It's a shame because
But
he's always quite over at times. So people hear that music and he does get an instant pop. It's not always the loudest, but it is a pop.
yeah, he does get massive pops still. But just think about what he's because I do believe because he's already been Intercontinental Champion, so I do believe
Dude's
at
been
some
fucking
point during
WWE
this,
champion, dude.
all three members of the
I
Shield
know.
have
I'm just
been.
saying all of them have been champion at one point. Well, it's actually
I
nice, actually.
know.
And everybody looking away. There's obviously a fight or something going off in the crowd. When it goes
The
back,
whole crowd is turned around.
yeah, you can see right now. This better than this angle, but yeah, they're just all looking away.
I'm looking at it. No one is paying attention to the match.
Not many people are anyway. There's just an entire fucking section of the crowd. There's a few of them still looking, but they keep turning their heads towards the right of the screen here. There's got to be something going on. Somebody's getting thrown out or something like that. I wonder at what point they stopped doing this, where they had the commentators up in the skybox.
Mm,
Because
sometime in the 90s.
obviously we're used to them like being at ringside now, or at least on the ramp. But yeah, yep, there you go. I think somebody's getting carried out or something. Because they've literally got their back turned right now.
Mm-hmm.
Should have done this to protest the Saudi Arabia place.
That crowd was ass too, man.
Oh, this is awesome for fucking shit. Jesus Christ, it was fucking. It was cringeworthy. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's nice to actually hear the crowd, being vocal. Because I think when they were in Saudi Arabia for the Royal Rumble thing a few months ago, they were actually fairly quiet. But And this time I will give them the due. They were at least making a lot of noise, but Jesus Christ, chanting and all that for shit like that? Really? Your standards aren't very high, guys. God, I can't believe that show tonight. It's like you. I thought you and I said. I mean, a couple decent matches on the card, but it's probably one of the worst book things I've ever seen. And by the way, Ted RCD is your winner. I think he won by submission.
Matches are short.
I will give it that. It's a fairly short show as well. It's only like it's just under 2 hours, so. Still, there is War Games to look forward to.
Oh God, yes. Jizzworthy.
Oh yeah. If it's anything like last year, anyway, last year was fucking amazing. That War Games match was fantastic.
I was fully erect for 2 days.
It was. I wasn't sure what to expect because I've never. I mean, I've probably had it on in the background sometimes when I've like watched some WCW stuff on the network, but I've never actually properly sat down and watched a War Games match before that. So, it was actually really, really awesome to watch that through to the end. It was fantastic. Even the rest of the card was really good as well. So, then again, the takeovers always are good. So. And then we have Survivor Series, and like we said, we already have Ronda versus Becky, which will be a good match, hopefully.
And Brock and AJ Part 2.
Has that actually been announced yet?
Yeah,
Oh,
they announced it. Yeah, they announced it on Twitter.
Fair enough. And we get Adrian Adonis right now. I actually really like this guy. It was sad to see that this guy actually didn't last much longer in the WWE after this. And I think he passed away in the early 90s as well. He's very an entertaining wrestler. Sells like crazy. It actually sells like Dolph Ziggler, which is funny considering his size.
Funny considering what you cut out.
His size. He's like a really big guy, this guy.
Oh.
And making fun of gay people. You can tell we're in 1980s wrestling. Actually, they did this up until the mid 2000s, so I don't know why I'm that surprised.
Yeah, they got away with it a lot.
They got away with it far too much. I mean, I think the last time they even tried to do something like that before they stopped with the whole Billy and Chuck thing. Obviously, they had the gay wedding, which, to be fair, was actually a pretty good lead into Billy and Chuck versus Rosie and Jamal, I believe it was.
I guess was not why I did not know about that.
Do you remember they had the ceremony, and there was the old guy, and it turned out the old guy was Eric Bischoff in the mask.
Oh,
and then he came out with 3-minute warning, which
Yeah.
was Rosie and Jamal, obviously Umaga, and I can't remember the other guy.
Yeah.
Wrestling is
Jamal.
weird.
Yeah, and don't forget the artist formerly known as Goldust and his many outfits.
Well, he had many, and then he just went straight up fucking gimp mask.
They just went bondage. Don't
Yeah,
care.
it was fucking strange, and not in a good way. Like
It was
for
weird,
for
dude.
for every good thing the Attitude Era had, there was at least one bad thing to go along with it. Oh, by the way, we have got Adrian Adonis versus, I think it's the Junkyard Dog.
Yep, JYD. God rest his soul.
Let's see, Jimmy Hart out here with what looks like a fucking feather duster in his hands. Seriously, this guy bumps way too much for a guy his size. So yeah, after we finished watching Crown Jewel, I ended up watching the WLC match to cheer myself up. Which actually ended up being a lot better than I remember it being.
Well, That's
Oh,
good.
did Hogan actually appear on the show? Because I didn't see him. Because obviously I didn't catch like the first out most of the first hour tonight.
Yeah, it's a good thing you did. He was in the first 10 minutes, but he cut it short. He did a he talked for 7.5 minutes and then posed for three.
Oh, so
And then he
basically a
was he
basic
was up
Hogan
and around.
appearance.
No. Like he cut it really, really short. He didn't half the stuff he usually goes on about,
Yeah.
real all that real American shit. He didn't go on and on about that.
Well, they're in Saudi Arabia. It wouldn't have gone over well if you had.
Yeah, would have because he got a massive pop
Oh,
off
I'm
music.
not saying that, but I mean if he'd have been really patriotic about America and all that, it probably wouldn't have gone over very well.
I'm just glad he cut it short because like I saw him 1 minute he was talking. I looked up the
Ref
next minute.
DQ.
Yep. Oh
He
my god, what the hell
he
was that?
just flung him all the way across the fucking ring.
The hell was that?
I think he sprayed something in his eyes. Anyway, couldn't tell what.
Probably, probably water. Oh well.
So apparently, so yeah, he did appear then.
Yep. And we never saw him again after that. He was supposed to be the host. Never saw or heard from him again.
Mm. So it's just weird, you know. The first appearance of Hogan, uh, in about what 3 4 years, is on the fucking Saudi Arabia show. Then again, I don't know why I'm complaining. I can't stand Hogan myself, so.
It's not even that. You knew damn well when John Cena and Daniel Bryan pulled out of the show, they had to have another big name other than Brock to be there.
I
You know
mean,
that.
who else? Stone Cold, maybe, but
No, he he didn't want to be involved in that garbage.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Austin just straight up said no. But obviously, Hogan's not been on the best of terms with WWE, so I suppose he'll just say yes to whatever they offer him at the moment.
Yeah, and of course it's a massive payday for him.
Yeah.
He hadn't been WWE TV like 3 or 4 years.
Unfortunately, though, this does mean we'll probably get him back on normal television soon. Probably WrestleMania.
Whatever. I mean,
As long as it's
if
short, like only like 3 4 minutes, I don't really care.
exactly, and no interference in any matches.
No,
Damn
no,
it.
no, 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 no. Don't want Hogan doing anything like that. I wonder if this is going to be a double count out. Is it just me or the ref? The ref looked like he was about to pass out. Then he's like,
Oh! Well, that was a ridiculous bump. Yep, JYD wins over the top rope DQ.
what? When the fuck did they ever implement that rule?
What the fuck?
I mean, I know they had that like in certain territories, but they didn't have it in WWE.
Oh, wait a minute.
It might have been a disqualification, perhaps. I don't know. All I know is that currently Junkyard Dog is about to get his hand raised, so he's definitely won the match.
Yeah, it was a DQ. I was trying to hear Howard Finkel.
Oh, my apologies. Oh, we got Dick Slater versus I Am Mike Sharp. That sounds more like
One
a boxing
second,
match.
I got chocolate.
Ooh,
One sec.
nice. Not don't actually know who these two are. Dick Slater and I Am Mike Sharp. This guy looks a little bit like Glenn Jacobs, aka King, but it's definitely not him because I think King would have been a bit too young at this time. And the Confederate flag, I think. That's what you call it, isn't it?
All right, my bad. What was the question?
That is the Confederate flag, right?
Yes.
I thought it was. So, a match between two people I know nothing about.
Who is this? I missed that
We got
intro.
I Am Mike Sharp, and I can't even fucking remember the other guy's name.
Must be nice.
All I know is it's two people I have never heard of before in my entire life. which means that this match is not going to be simulated because I don't have these two.
Don't even know who they are, to be perfectly
No,
honest.
I've never heard of either of them. To be honest, the referee's probably more recognizable. So what do we actually have left this year in terms of like pay-per-views? Is it just obviously War Games, Survivor Series, and then TLC? Or is there something else
Yeah,
as well?
sounds about right.
I wouldn't be
Let
surprised if they
me.
try to throw in another pay-per-view, to be honest.
That wouldn't shock you.
Not in the slightest. Just do another fucking house show somewhere and put it on the network and pass it off as a pay-per-view. Sorry, just checking something myself and get back to them. Again, we just absolutely know nothing about these two guys. I can't even give you. I mean, it's not a terrible match. I've seen a lot worse from this time period, but I wouldn't exactly call this on your edge television.
Hmm.
Just got some punches in the corner at the moment. Nothing amazing. I wish they'd get a better fucking camera angle. Those spotlight shots are a pain in the ass on the eyes.
I'm trying to figure out when TL is.
Just rock a wiki. That's what I usually do. In fact, I'll probably do it myself. 1 second. It will be. Actually, when is it? It's not. It doesn't say anywhere. Oh, December 16th. So about a month and a half away.
Wow.
But yeah, actually, there isn't anything between Survivor Series and TLC now. It's just that and then that. And
Yep.
then on to the Rumble.
Hooray! The Rumble.
Oy. I don't know if I want to get too excited because last year's Rumble was actually pretty good, but then nothing really got any payoff at WrestleMania, so it was kind of a waste.
Definitely was.
Both Rumble winners didn't actually manage to win any gold at WrestleMania. You think at least one of them would have, but no. Vince McMahon is not like the Japanese people.
Not at all. Oh, and cool. The way that weekend falls, I can request it off because it's not the weekend before Christmas. Woohoo!
Oh, what, for TLC?
Yeah,
Fair
I
enough.
was looking at that right now. So sweet. When I go in tomorrow, before I clock out, I put them days in. Thank you, Turbo. Appreciate it.
Do you always do that when the wrestling's on? Is book the time off?
Usually, but the only one that I missed was Hell in a Cell 2016, and that's because I had no interest in seeing
What
Nakamura
was
versus so
Nakamura versus who?
gender.
No, that was last year. That'd have been 2017.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
2016. However long I've had a
yeah.
Twitter is that.
To be fair, though, I think everybody had wanted nothing to do with Jinder as world champion. I still can't believe that's a thing, to be honest. He's on that fucking quite selective list of WWE champions.
There's stands on my timeline that think he should have gotten the Universal title shot instead of Brock.
Here's the I don't dislike Jinder. I think he's a fantastic like US champion, IC champion material. Not anywhere near fucking world championship status.
Yeah, it was not that great.
Yeah. The problem is he is not the worst talker in the world, And he's not a bad wrestler, but he's kind of a boring one.
Very. King Kong Bundy.
Oh, who's this big guy? Oh, this can't possibly be Andre the Giant.
Andre had hair. He didn't look like a giant penis.
I know.
Oh my god, it just looks like insert it and squirt it. Jesus Christ.
Ooh, Luab. I didn't see Luab Banal until just now.
Oh,
And the greatest manager of all time, Bobby Heenan.
he is.
Rest in peace, good sir.
Yes, indeed.
These fucking masks look like something from a reject Power Ranger cosplay.
I hope we don't have some magical voodoo like we did the last time we did a wrestling related show, because a couple days after that, we lost the anvil.
Pardon?
I hope we don't have that strange coincidence where we do a CCWC and we lose another wrestler, because the last time we recorded and then a couple days later, we lost the anvil.
Wait, I thought it was a couple days before it happened.
No, that was after we had recorded,
Oh,
because I
fuck.
remember saying to myself, we had just got done watching him and Bret Hart fight the British Bulldogs, and boom, he's gone
Oh,
the next day.
oh, fuck. I hope nothing happens to WWE Hall of Famer Donald Trump. Fingers crossed. I'm sure I pissed somebody off there.
Um, I forget that he's in the Hall of
I
Fame, but I
know, it's
digress.
fucking shameful.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus. So we have King Kong Bundy, Bobby Heenan, and Big John Studd versus Lou Albano, and I'm pretty sure well, at least one of these guys is Andre the Giant. Might be who's gone outside. I can't tell. But I can't tell because they're all wearing masks, by the way. I, yeah, I'm pretty sure the big guy's Andre because obviously he wouldn't have been heel at this point. So
He competed under a mask?
if I, I need to look up the card for this fucking pay per view.
Please do.
Apologies for the typing. I know it's not exactly nice to hear. Let's take a quick look here. Where is the card for this? That's not it. Oh, there it is. Okay, Wikipedia. Yeah, it is Andre outside wearing the mask. The other two are Super Machine and Big Machine, who are actually um, William Eadie, who was essentially Axe of Demolition, and uh, Robert Wyndham, who I think is Barry Wyndham.
Oh,
No, no, no.
okay, yeah.
Sorry,
Very.
he's the father of Barry Wyndham. Sorry,
Oh, okay, cool. Bob Windham.
Robert Wyndham. Yeah, Bob Wyndham, whatever you want to call him. Same thing, I know. They've also been trying some kind of gimmick out on these guys for a while. Obviously, 1996, a bit before our time. So we
Oh,
get
oh, firing back. Oh, firing back.
one giant thumb versus the other giant thumb.
Giant thumb. I can't. I'm sorry, man. It doesn't look like a thumb. It just looks like a giant penis. Like I don't get it. Like I wish I could get my hair to look that clean like that.
Probably takes a lot of wax. There's got to be a lot of weight on that fucking ring apron right now.
Yeah. It's reinforced.
It's the hardest part of the ring, you know, as they like to tell us constantly.
No, really? I thought that was the turnbuckle.
Actually, yeah, that probably would be the hardest part. Sorry, I got an itch, I got a scratch. I think the one thing from this period of time I really can't stand above anything else is how boring and generic everybody's attire is. Like, obviously, Big John Studd's got a few differences, like he's got stars on his tights and all that, so he stands a bit differently. But, like, both King Kong Bundy and Bobby Heenan here have got the fucking wrestling strap, as does the fucking masked luchador wannabes. To be honest, the one that stands out the most in matches is the fucking referee, usually. In those big blue, baby blue fucking shirts and bow ties.
Yeah. The refs.
It's funny, but as soon as they switched to like the striped shirts and stuff, I think they stood out less, even though there's more going on with the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Here's something I was wondering actually earlier, but I couldn't find an answer. I didn't really want to look it up online, so I'll just see if you know it off the top of your head. What was the first triple threat match in WWE?
First triple threat match and where?
In WWE.
Ooh. Like from the 80s or whatever?
No, just in general. Because it was very late on. I know that much. I actually don't know when it was exactly, but...
I don't either.
Let's take a look here. If it is when I think it is...
I truly don't.
Oh, that is pretty late, actually.
Say what?
Very late on, actually. If you had to guess, when would you say?
Probably early 90s.
June 23rd, 1997. Owen Hart versus Triple H versus Goldust for the IC title.
Oh my goodness.
Didn't realize it was that late on, actually.
Attitude Era.
Just think we could have had Yokozuna versus Brett versus Luger in WrestleMania 10 if they'd have just fought to do a triple threat match.
Right.
To be honest, I think that probably would have made the main event a bit better. No offense to Yoko, but he could not wrestle very well.
He couldn't. His size hindered him.
Yeah. Great big man, but not good for single one-on-one matches.
But he had a run with the WWF title. So.
Well, he had a long run, dude. He had, what, like 8-9 months, something like that?
Yeah.
And obviously he had his very short 3-minute reign in WrestleMania 9 before Hogan came in and stole the fucking spotlight like he likes to do.
Blam! Slams him one time, pins him. What the fuck?
No,
okay.
Didn't he just like clothesline him? Sorry, punch him a few times, clothesline him, leg drop him, won the belt?
Yes.
You gotta love wrestling. Then again, he only had like a 5-minute match against Brett as well before he tanked. He was supposed to go 10, but he tanked halfway through.
Yeah. I remember that.
Man, yeah, that was just a shit ending to a shit show anyway. WrestleMania 9 is terrible. I speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I mean, you're not wrong, bro.
He's usually regarded as one of the worst, so...
It's true.
Not my microphone.
I will say, the last time we did CCWC, whichever one was the tournament. I'm so glad that we had to sit through, like we had to sit through almost 20 minutes of Hulk Hogan posing. That was better than the hour it would have been if they'd have gave him the title back event.
Yeah, I mean, we were actually all dreading WrestleMania for quite a lot, but it ended up not being as painful as we thought it was going to be. I mean, it was still kind of boring at times, but if anybody watched the Wrestling Classic, which was episode 2 for us, oh boy, we were practically falling asleep during that fucking show.
Had people pissing, eating, fapping in the call, all
Yeah,
kinds of.
it wasn't a good show, guys. We thought Mania 4 was going to be that, but like nearly double the length. Thankfully, it wasn't anywhere near as bad. But I think we all look more forward to the Rumbles now than anything else. Because obviously the Rumble obviously has the Rumble match, so. Well, I do anyway. I'll actually look forward to the first King of the Ring we get to watch as well, come to think of it.
Oh yeah.
That's not going to be for a while, though.
Nope.
Although, we actually, thinking about it, we, obviously, after tonight, we'll have Survivor Series before we've got the next Rumble pay-per-view, so it actually won't be too long before we get to the 89 pay-per-views. So nearly at the 90s, guys.
Almost there.
I think we're only about 6 pay-per-views away from hitting the 90s, which sounds a lot, but we'll get there eventually.
At least it won't be like in 20 years when we get to Mania 30 and it's a 7-hour show.
Oh, God. Oh, we got Jake the Snake versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in a snake pit match. Jesus Christ, he looks just pretty young here, actually.
That means anything and everything goes.
I can't get over how fucking young he looks here, Jake.
This was before the massive pill abuse.
Well, he's probably more like it hadn't taken its effects yet. I think he was already doing it at this point. He just hadn't really done much at the time.
Speaking from experience, I've had medical procedures and stuff. And
Yeah.
that's stuff whether you're taking it for pain or whether you're taking it because you're an addict, it ages.
Oh
And it
yeah,
does not
definitely.
age very well.
Well, speaking of which, I wonder if Thunder's lighting up a doobie right now since it's now illegal. It sounds it's now legal in Canada.
Weed, that's one thing. Weed is not.
Yeah, I know. He's still technically a drug, but I wonder. He probably is actually because he was fucking doing it the other day when I was talking to him.
Oh, you talked to him? I didn't know that.
No, actually, I say the other day. It was actually probably about 2 weeks back.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Actually, we just medical marijuana just got passed here as well. So obviously,
really?
we can't go into a store and buy it or anything. But if it's recommended by your doctor and stuff over here now, it's you can technically. It's not it's not medical marijuana. It's some kind of like an oil or a fucking. It's something that's got the same ingredients as marijuana in it, essentially. I can't
Oh
remember the
yeah.
name of it, but it's just become legal here to use if your doctor recommends it
That's cool.
or prescribes it. Sorry.
Yeah, I understand.
Obviously, you still can't just go into a cannabis shop and order like 60 kilograms of old Jamaican classic or something.
No shit, man. Tyler was telling me about that. That's pretty wild what they can do.
I
Tyler being, by
yeah,
the way,
ass man.
I still hang out with.
Sadly, I barely hang out with. I've only spoken with him a handful of times. Mainly just 'cause he's usually in Thunder's chat, and I'm not usually there that often. So, oh yeah. I wouldn't smoke it myself anyway. I can't stand the smell of it. I think it stinks.
Yeah, I know.
It's just got this horrible
Trust me.
smell to it.
Yep, I've got medical conditions, and I no longer.
Oh, halfway, more than halfway there now. By the way, just over half.
Yes, sir.
Ricky looks like one of the characters from the Double Dragon games. The fucking bandana, the blue tights, the weird haircut.
Bruce Lee.
No, I think he's trying to be Bruce Lee, but he's probably like fucking Billy or Jimmy from Double Dragon instead, I think.
Definitely Billy with that blue attire. Billy.
I think I'm going to sit on the floor because my legs are hurting sat here.
Oh wow, we only have an hour left, just under an hour left to go, guys.
57 minutes, and actually might be a bit less than that because I don't know how long I recorded over the end screen. Probably not much. Probably is about 57 minutes.
Mine's a minute 55. Or hour 55, excuse
me. Then again, every time we've done one of these, I've usually become desynced. So, yeah. There's probably something missing on mine, but whatever. It's not enough to really... It's like probably a 2.5 minute difference between the two.
Yeah.
All I know is there's definitely not that much to the show left, thankfully. Not a terrible show, but it's definitely kind of boring.
Just a little.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the card here. We've got 4 matches left after this.
Yeah, not bad.
And 2 of them are actually really short, so... Did you, I forget, were you in my, Quest for Booty stream the other day? Was that you?
No, I haven't been in one because lately when you've been doing them, I've been working.
Who was it then? I know Opie was in it, but there was somebody else there.
Probably Nova.
Yeah, no, it was NJ. It was NJ who joined for a bit.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do commentary for those, though, really, so I just, like, stream silently, and people... I would just respond to the chat.
I hear that. And speaking of that, now we got NJ and Nova that have joined. Oh, well. I like Breath of Fire, but, you know, I have it on cartridge. I've played through it before. It's not like it's a crazy redone ROM hack like FF6 was, so I'm not tripping.
Have they joined Dine in his thing? Yeah, he has. I've just checked Discord.
Yeah.
I just kind of keep watch on it.
That's fine.
Watch.
Ref DQ, he just hit him with a chair.
Not once, but... Oh, wait, no DQs. Remember, anything goes.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Snake
okay.
pit.
Oh, yeah, Snake Pit match, okay. It's the 80s, so they tend to let the rules come and go as they choose.
No shit. Oh!
Flying cross chop?
Yeah. Of course, it's not enough. Come on, Jake. Come on, Jake.
That's something else from this period of time they needed more of. People needed more finishers.
Yeah,
Obviously,
they did.
Hogan had the leg drop. Jake here had the DDT, but nobody else really had much. Macho had the elbow if he was here at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been here at this point.
Flair with the figure 4.
Flair wasn't here yet.
Oh, he wasn't? Oh, yeah. 90, sorry.
I'm trying to think of anybody else. Did Andre? No, even Andre didn't really have a finishing move.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I'm struggling to think of anybody else. I don't think Warrior arrived yet.
Nope.
So he didn't even have a big splash yet. Oh, did Ted DiBiase have the $1 Million Dream yet?
Oh, of course.
Assuming he's here, obviously. I think he is.
Yeah.
I think that's 4. I think that's 4 I've thought of.
Yeah, you're right.
And obviously, I think Roddy Piper also had the sleeper.
Oh, well, the dragon had that frog splash.
Did he use it yet?
Not yet.
Ooh, flare bump. Oh, fuck it. Fuck that. That was a very safe fall.
Yeah. Lucky him.
Actually, I'm gonna
What a
check.
move!
We're getting a
Oh,
replay
sorry.
of the flare flop right now.
Yeah, he literally landed on his knee and then just toppled over.
He caned it, lands on his knee.
Good
Just,
stuff.
just go check the War Games card, 'cause I actually don't know what most of the card is for this. So what
Me
happens when
either.
you don't check, when you don't watch every show? We got Ruby Riot. Oh no, this is last year's.
Card might not even be up yet.
I think so. Oh, there's a couple matches. Tommaso Ciampa versus Velveteen Dream for the NXT Championship. That'll actually be a good match. Wait, you don't think that'll be a good match?
I love Ciampa, but I cannot stand Velveteen
Oh,
Dream.
I think he's fucking great. So fun. He's just, I can't take him seriously, but I think he's a really entertaining character.
Okay.
Aleister
Fair.
Black versus Johnny Gargano. I think that'll be a good
Yes.
match.
Let's go Black. Stomp Mr. Wrestling into the ground.
And we got the
Woohoo.
Undisputed Era: Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong versus Pete Dunne, Ricochet, and the War Raiders. Is it just going to be the two teams this year then?
Yes.
Oh, fair enough.
That's really all they needed. Even though
Yeah.
that War Games match last year was really fun with the extras, they really only needed 8 people.
To be fair,
Two teams.
there's only one less person than last year because they had 9 people last year. They've got 8 this time.
Oh yeah. Didn't somebody have like an extra member? Somebody had a numbers advantage, I think.
Not that I can think of. Yeah, I can check real fast. Oh, by the way, I should probably point out this isn't a bad match or anything. This has probably been the best match tonight so far, but it still kind of sucks because it's such an old match.
It's Jake the Snake. It's gonna be good shit. Oh, excuse me. With Ricky the Dragon, it's gonna be good shit.
Looking at this, no, you had the Undisputed Era of Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly. Defeated the Office of Pain and Roderick Strong, and Sanity, which was Alexander Wolf, Eric Young, and Killian Dane.
Okay, so yeah, 3, 6, 9. Okay. So they
So
did 3
it's
groups
just
of
one
3.
less than last year.
Yeah.
So it'll still be good.
It'll still be fun.
And whatever
Yes.
else, we'll get obviously probably another 2 or 3 matches on the card before it happens.
Easy. They still gotta put. I mean, there's no women's match on there. There's no tag titles.
Nice. What do you reckon? Do you reckon we'll get another Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane match? You know, to end the feud, maybe?
I hope so.
Here's the thing. I was watching Evolution. Kairi Sane didn't get a single pop. I love that pirate gimmick of hers where she comes out and reveals the belt in the treasure chest. I think it's really entertaining. But there was practically no fucking pop for her when she came out.
Because she's boring as hell, bro.
Oh, no, I like her. I think she's a good wrestler and she can be entertaining. I think if you're talking about like the Japanese stars, I think Asuka's definitely tops her in like entertainment factor, but she's not a bad wrestler or a bad entertainer.
Oh, she's not. She is amazing in the ring, but she's boring as shit, bro.
I'm just kind of disappointed. I really liked her when I saw her in the Mae Young Classic as well, so.
I know. What do you think about Toni Storm beating Io Shirai?
I didn't actually know anything about either of the women in that match, but I thought the match was fantastic. It was just a bit too short.
Yeah. Oh shit! Dragon got busted open.
Yeah, he's bleeding like Ric Flair right now.
And it wasn't one of those razor blade cuts. That was legit. He was getting
Quite a decent match there actually.
Yep.
Billy
Oh,
Jack
shit.
Hayes versus Hercules right now.
Looks like Dr. Death.
He does, Jesus. Do you know what? He might actually just be Dr. Death under a different name. Take a
I'm
quick
sorry,
look.
Turbo. That looks like Dr. Death, Steve Williams.
He does look like Steve Williams. I'm actually going to check just to see if this guy is him.
Am I tripping? No,
No,
I
it's
gotta
not.
be.
It's not Steve Williams.
Okay, I'm tripping then.
It's
because
his
God-
real name is Billy Jack Hayes apparently.
Okay, good.
Oh, sorry,
Well,
his
God
real
rest-
name is William Albert Haynes, but same thing really.
Fair enough.
But yeah, they could definitely pass as at least relatives anyway.
Easy. God rest his soul. I like Dr. Death. It's a damn shame that they were gonna insert him. The way they introduced him into WWE was in that stupid Brawl for All, which he wound up having to take an L to Bart Gunn because he suffered numerous injuries during their match. And then when he was rebooted with Jim Ross, they put him in a couple shitty feuds, and then he just went to Japan.
To be
It
honest,
was a
I
total
know
waste.
practically nothing about Steve Williams outside of that whole Brawl for All thing, so.
I only know it because I've watched enough of the wrestling videos to know.
Mm.
I
I mean,
wasn't watching at that
he
time. I
looks
don't
like
think.
a guy that probably would have done well in the late 80s, early 90s, but Attitude Era time, I don't think he was really gonna be anything, to be honest.
They had Dan Severn and Ken Shamrock. They didn't need Dr. Death. That's how
It's
I
not even,
looked
and
at it.
even those two didn't really. I mean, Ken Shamrock did a fair amount. He like won King of the Ring and IC title and all that, but Dan Severn did nothing. So
He should have been a world champion. I don't care. He was holding 8 titles when they signed him to his little couple year contract that he had that time in '97.
well, the
He
only
had 8 titles
sorry, I was just
and
gonna
couldn't
say.
be WWE. Anyway,
No, so carry on,
go
carry
on.
on.
What was that?
No, carry on.
No, I was done.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say the only reason they hired him was because they had Shamrock and they wanted to do, and him and Dan Severn had were like one victory against each other in UFC, so or whatever it was, and they wanted to do like the third match in wrestling. So that's the only reason they actually hired Dan Severn.
Yeah, and the funny thing about that Severn Shamrock match 3 took place on an episode of Monday Night Raw in 1998, but it was thrown out due to interference from Owen Hart, which set up there was a 3-way feud between Dan Severn, Ken Shamrock, and Owen Hart in the middle of 1998, like from the end of summer till the beginning of the fall.
Mm.
So,
I vaguely
yeah.
remember. I have seen like all the Raws from '98, so
Yeah. Well, 98, between 97 and 99, that was my heyday. Like I still have all my old tapes that are probably can't even be played because they've been paused and used, abused. So that's how into it I was.
it's just
I love
let's say. I mean, they did that a lot though. They still do that. They bring in people for one reason, and they just don't really do anything with them after that one thing. I mean, let's look at what's his fucking name? I can't even remember. What was the name of Mrs. Protege? Something Riley, Alex Riley.
Alex Riley,
Yeah.
Kevin Kiley.
Let's face it. As
Oh,
soon as they did the fucking feud with him and the Miz, he just floundered like a fish on land, flopped
he
around like
did.
nothing.
Yep.
He was never gonna. The problem is that's the thing. They build up to this one thing, and then after that, they have nothing for people. So it's like when they break up tag teams. It's like, okay, are you actually going to do something with these guys, or are you just breaking them up to get them a bit of exposure for a few weeks and then lose them like they did with teams like American Alpha? They broke up, and neither of them have done anything since they broke up.
Well, I mean, Chad Gable is a charisma vacuum towards Bobby Roode, but
Well, to be fair though, Jason Jordan's no better.
I liked Jason Jordan though. I
I
mean,
like both of
he
them in ring, but there was no reason to split those two up. Not that quickly.
nah, there wasn't.
You had a perfectly good tag team that you could have done something with, but you just chose to split them up because Jason Jordan's a big, strong guy that's athletic. Really?
No, it's because they wanted him to go feud and be with. No, they wanted to do the Kurt Angle son thing
Oh,
and
I
then have him
forgot
be
about
part
that.
of the Shield. Yeah, then he was part of the Shield, which made absolutely no fucking sense, but whatever.
I don't see him as anything more than a lower card guy who's gonna be like having matches with Fandango or something.
Even I mean, Fandango is gone right now. He's injured.
Oh, I'm
So
just saying he's like one of those that's probably just gonna have a match when there's nothing else for them to do. You know, like I said,
Oh
there was no reason for those two to split up whatsoever. Should just kept them as a tag team. And by the way, Hercules has just won the match, I think. Oh no, he's not.
no, no, he didn't. He thought he did.
My apologies. It looks again. I have no audio here, so I couldn't hear if.
Nah, this man, the way this referee is counting is so extra right now. That's extra.
So what's going on with the Big Show at the moment? Is he actually like? Are they doing like the Freebirds thing with him and Sheamus and Cesaro, or is it just he's coming out with them now?
I believe he's just their protection. He's their equalizer against Xavier Woods. That's
Or
his only
whoever the
purpose.
third member is.
Yeah, that is his main purpose.
Fair enough. I wasn't sure that was all because I don't think when he first came back they actually said what they were going to do with him with the bar. So
No, because when he came back, as always, he comes out as a face, and by the end of the show, he's a heel.
yeah,
Or if he
he's
comes out
done
in a
his face
massive
heel turn
boost,
already.
he averages 1.5 heel turns every time. Every year, he's turned almost 2 times. I remember that one time they turned him 4 times 1 year, dude. That was ridiculous.
When was that?
Was in uh, between 2005 and 2007 when him and Kane were that tag team the first time when they won the world tag titles.
I
They were
vaguely
faces when they
remember
won
that.
them. Yeah, they were faces when they won them. Then they had the massive falling out, and then they feuded. Then, of course, Kane is the evil one, so Big Show was the face. Then Big Show entered into another feud where he was viewed as the bully. He was the heel. Then, as his last feud, a group of guys, I don't remember which group of guys, one of those mini stables from back when, you know, did the usual, what was it, the numbers game
Yeah.
gimmick or whatever, and turned him face again. 4 times, 1 year.
Oh fucking hell! It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yes.
How
Leave the man alone.
how the fuck do you fuck up somebody as talented as the Big Show and make him into this fucking massive joke?
The reverse Undertaker thing.
Here's the thing. All right, people say he doesn't like have the aura of like Andre the Giant and stuff. First of all, you got to remember Andre was booked fucking beautifully. Big Show was given terrible booking pretty much since the moment he got there, and was never treated as much as anything other than a joke. But here's the thing: he has far better in ring skills than Andre. He had better mic skills than Andre by a fucking country mile. He could have been something huge in WWE. And don't get me wrong, he's definitely left a legacy, but he could have left a lot more than he did.
John Cena called him out on it during their last feud many years ago, earlier in this decade.
Did I? I can't remember.
Remember when the 45-second thing, with Daniel Bryan cashing in and all that?
Was this
John
against?
Cena told him.
Was this when he had his match against Mark Henry?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was in
I
2011.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah, when John Cena told him, "Show, you should be one of the most decorated champions that this company has ever seen, but you're not, and it's sad."
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the truth. Ah, god damn it. Oh, by the way, we've got a different match on now. I don't even know what this match is at the moment. I think it's
yeah,
we weren't paying any attention.
Sorry, guys.
We're on our
We're
fucking
not
wrestling
bored.
rant.
We are talking wrestling. We're just not talking about what's on the screen.
It doesn't
Sorry,
help
guys.
that we have actually done this show before, so. Oh, it's the Fabulous Rougeaus versus the Dream Team, which is Greg Valentine and Brutus Beefcake.
I like the Rougeaus. I guess I'm just weird.
No, I think they're a good tag team. Nothing wrong with them. Obviously, one of them went on to become the Mountie.
Who mounted people? I'm just playing.
I'm the Mountie! And then he got raped in prison.
Well, I'd be like, well, if I was the Mountie, I would just walk up to random people. Hey, is that your girl right there? Hey, you mind if I mount her real quick?
That'd be your take on the Mountie, then I take it.
Well, yeah, and I've had a couple of girls say that to me before. Oh, if you want to, you can mount me, and I just kind of look at them.
I'm sorry, I don't mount donkeys.
I know, not donkeys, but they may as well have been donkeys.
Fun stuff. But anyway, those purple tights are crazy, man.
At the very
It's
least,
driven me-
Beefcake stands out in this match because of those
But
tights.
you played SmackDown versus Raw '05, right? First
I've
one.
played practically all of them.
He's terrible in that game.
Is he in that game?
Yeah, him, Bret Hart, Mick Foley, The Rock, Steve Austin, uh, Andre the Giant, Legion of Doom,
Oh, which game did you say?
the Animal,
SmackDown versus Raw when?
'05.
No, that would
The
have been
very
Here
first.
Comes the Pain.
No, like the very first game, just SmackDown versus Raw.
Was that? I thought that was
Here comes the pain.
2006.
No, Here
Well,
comes
I
the
must
pain.
remember.
2004, buddy, or
Is it? Oh,
2002.
I
We've had we've had
Rocco
this
Wiki.
discussion. Yep. We've had this discussion before.
We probably have.
We
I
haven't-
get confused with it. The VR SmackDown games.
30 minutes left.
Let's take a look here. It's 2000. Let's just go for this one. That's 2007. That came. 2007 came out. In late 2006. You said it was the fifth one. Sorry, it was the first SmackDown vs. Raw game.
Correct.
Yeah, that came out very late 2004. So even earlier than you thought.
Huh.
Well,
Weird.
not by much, obviously, like a year at most, but goddamn, these games came out a lot quicker than I expected. Then again, the first two SmackDown games came out like only a few months between each other, so
Yes, indeed. Well, my whole thing is this. I mean, you got SmackDown versus Raw '06. That's why I just called the first one '05.
yeah.
Maybe that's why I made that correlation. But if I had to pick, '07 is probably the best one from that generation.
07 was actually one of the reasons I got an Xbox 360 back in the day. Because I saw the trailer for it and I was like, I have to get this.
You saw the trailer on what?
I saw the trailer for 2007 on the Xbox 360 and I thought I had to get this. I need an Xbox 360. I mean, it wasn't the only reason I got the. There was like 4 reasons I got an Xbox 360. One was SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. One was Saints Row. One was Dead Rising, and the other was, ironically enough, Sonic 06.
Of course. Guilty.
because at the time Sonic 06 was not slated to be on the PlayStation 3, so I was like, yeah, I'll get the Xbox instead then.
I got a question about PS3. Is that actually backwards compatible?
The very earlier PS3 models are, like I think the first lot of, like the first model of the PS3 was, but it's also the hardest one to come by now, and it's arguably the most expensive one to get on like eBay and stuff. After that, no.
I've-
The only thing they're compatible with, I think PS1 games, yes, but PS2 games, no.
Okay, fuck that. I just need to keep my PS2.
I don't know if PS4 backwards compatible with PS2 games.
I thought it was only compatible with PS3.
Oh no,
but
you can't play PS3 games on PS4.
yeah.
That's a big no-no. That means people would stop buying PS3s, and Sony don't want that.
Ridiculous.
It makes sense in a way. I mean, there is. I mean, obviously, I think any PlayStation can play a PS1 game now, so that's nice. With PS2, I'm not sure. I don't know. When it comes to backwards compatibility, it just seems to be becoming less of a thing nowadays. So. The match is still going on, by the way. It's not been a bad tag team match.
Nah. It's been a good spot or two. But come on.
I think we're getting a count-out victory, maybe.
Watch Blondie over there. Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Who always looked eternally 50 years old.
Yes.
Well, to be fair, he actually looks about 90 now, but it took a long time for him to actually age.
Speaking of 90, did you see what happened to Jeff Jarrett in Mexico?
Uh, how do you mean?
Oh, well, he was recently in a match, a hair versus hair match again, but this time his entire head was shaved.
Oh, I did hear he lost, but I didn't see like any pictures or anything of him with his newly christened bald head.
I saw it on the on the last Wrestle Talk video. Pretty hilarious, but he does not look well.
Oh, you watch Wrestle Talk?
Yeah.
I don't really watch him much, but I do watch the that all crossover thing he did where they did a version cover of the "If You Only Knew" song.
Here's my thing. Wrestle Talk for me is the fastest, most efficient way to get somewhat, I didn't say they were 100%, somewhat reliable news. Because I try, and here's the thing: What Culture died after Cultaholic was made, and even Cultaholic to me wasn't done, properly, at least for me,
I'll be honest.
especially
Sorry.
considering Blanca will
Yeah.
never come back. So, it is what.
I honestly thought after about a year he would have returned, but I do actually still watch Cultaholic regularly. Like I watched her this week in wrestling. I watched the podcast thing, and occasionally I'll watch graded, but I don't really watch every single video they put out. So, but yeah, I haven't watched What Culture since those guys left.
Yeah, kind of trashy. And I mean, I got my own. I have podcasters that I know personally, like Dr. Huge Show. He's a really good guy. Shout outs to him because he shouts me out on his shows too. But and Tapped Out Pod, they're also good podcasters. Myron the Mark over there, I know him, and Lit Manus. Shout out to y'all. Anyway,
I think
but
I don't actually watch any like podcasts covering like current stuff. The last one I did was years ago. It was one called The Classroom. It was on Lords of Pain for a while before they had to leave, but that was the only time I watched. I can't actually remember the fucking host's name. There's a couple of them. There's about three of them.
hmm,
It was actually really good, but I honestly can't remember much about it. And I think I've got like their stuff downloaded somewhere, but yeah, they stopped doing it a couple of years ago now, like probably about 7, 8 years ago, if not more.
I believe it.
Obviously, I still watch like old review stuff, like Attitude Era podcasts, New Gen podcasts, and obviously OSW, but not on current stuff. Not much. Like I said, I do occasionally watch one or two Wrestle Talk videos, though.
Yeah, like I said, that's really the only thing that I can rely on. Otherwise, I'm watching older videos that you've made or older videos that Diane's made. Just
You need some better fucking stuff to watch, dude.
well, Turbo, it ain't even about that, and it's not even about watching your streams or being the egomaniac that I am hearing myself. It's just I generally like the way that you and Dine, do your LPs and your content. That's why I've stuck with y'all this long.
Man, it's
It's been like
appreciated.
4 years. It's been 4 years, man. Come on.
Speaking of which, the next since another Metroid 2 remake is done, the next Let's Play is one you're going to appear in.
Oh boy, and guys, please forgive me.
It's
I was
time
cringy,
for
still
Grand
green.
Theft Auto 3.
I love the game, but I was so cringy back then.
It was over a year. I think probably over a year ago at this point
Oh my
when you
god.
recorded some of those parts. So
Oh my
it's gonna
god.
be a while before we get to that episode, though. Probably not till the end of the month. I don't think.
Oh, it's fine, but just glad they're going live.
I was never gonna throw them away or anything. It's just obviously I like to get a backlog going. So
Well, unlike some people, you and Diane actually get your backlogs.
well, Dine doesn't,
Don't
but
worry.
he's not. Dine doesn't as much, but that's because he's not really a regular uploader. But he doesn't really want to be. So
But at the
can't.
same, when he's doing a project, you know
Oh, he'll see
that
it to the
those
end.
parts go up, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know. Let's say I am sub to Dine, so I know he will always upload on a regular basis when he actually is doing a project. So
That's what I mean. Some people that you can do all this work for them, the light of day. stop working.
Dude, you're cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, some people don't put out their projects at all. So
Listen, I'm taking a bit of a break from most Let's Plays at the moment. Obviously, I'll get back to FF14 soon, but that's the only one. That's only because I'm on a subscription thing, so... This tag team match still going on. I think this has been the longest match tonight so far.
yeah, because there's got to be 2 matches left after.
Yeah, there is.
Right?
Obviously, the main event. I know the next match is actually quite short, but...
And we're just going to wait for Opie and start SummerSlam?
Well, he says he'd be ready around 10, which will be in about 20 minutes. Obviously, this show's got like just under half an hour now, so we'll finish this. We'll take a quick break, 15 minutes, so I have to go to the bathroom, get a drink and all that. But after that, yeah, we'll start SummerSlam.
All right. It's appreciated. That's when I'm going to take my last break, too.
Yeah.
Get prepped for the last recording. Ugh.
I got the figure 4 locked in. Is he gonna tap? No.
Put him in a figure 8. Can he actually bend that way? Wait a minute.
I love to see Greg Valentine try to do the figure 8 like Charlotte. He does it and fucking snaps his spine or something. It'd be ridiculously stupid. It's like, oh, my back. My back. You just see all the fat in his stomach go out his back. Oh, Jesus.
That was too good, man. 2 and 3. All right. We got a winner.
I think you're slightly
And
ahead
the
of me, but
Heenan-
whatever.
The Heenan. The brain has just lost his Heenan. I mean, you know what? Fuck it.
I'm going to skip forward a little bit because I think you're a little bit ahead of me, so...
No, I'm
tell-
one.
I don't think time is going to help here, so we'll start as soon as I'll press play as soon as we see like the next match graphic come up about who's versing who.
Okay, I got eyes on it.
Okay.
The Rougeau's won.
Yep.
Rougeau.
Like I said, actually a fairly decent tag team match.
It was, especially for 80s tag team wrestling.
I should say Handsome Harley Race versus Pedro Morales. Just let me know when. Nice.
Yeah, when it pops up, trust me, I'll let you know when it pops up.
Pedro Morales, I'm pretty sure he was actually WWF champion at one point.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. And the
first
IC
one.
champion.
Wait a minute. Pedro Morales?
Yeah. I can check a wiki in a moment.
I'm pretty sure he was the first WWF champ.
He was one of the earliest, if not the first, so I said we can go
If Pat
check it.
Patterson was the first IC champion, then that means Pedro was the first WWF champion. Based on my history, anyway. I could be wrong, guys. Sorry, I don't need marks coming after me.
They're coming after you for that, then they've got no fucking life.
Turbo, you have seen what goes on my Twitter page.
Yes, that is the reason I blocked any retweets from you. It's just this fucking cesspit of hatred and vile everywhere.
Hey, I don't take offense. As a matter of fact,
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the retweets you make.
Yes, those people need help. I will not deny that. They need help, okay? But
Yeah.
I don't get offended that people turn my retweets off because I don't even like half the shit I retweet. But if I gotta see it, y'all gotta see it.
No, I don't. That's why I blocked it.
Yep. And, I can't be, they used to kind of get under my skin a little bit. Oh, he blocked my retweets. But I find myself doing it to a lot of people that just be tweeting annoying shit on the timeline.
Yeah.
So I understand.
Has it not come up yet, by the way? The graphic?
Nope, it's not up yet. Wait a minute, there was no graphic. The match just started straight away.
No, it says right here, Handsome Harley Race versus Pedro Morales.
No, I never saw it. What the fuck?
Okay, so we're not synced up, and unfortunately, we can't really go off time.
No. Hang on. Well, hang on.
No, I've already pressed play, dude. There's no point in going back.
Yeah, there isn't. There isn't.
This isn't a very long match anyway, so as soon as you see the graphic come up for the next match, just if I'm not there, pause, and if you're not there, I'll pause. So
I think my mine got. I may have tapped the mouse.
no, I don't know. Currently Harley and Pedro are on the outside for me, or at least he's got him on the ring apron. Like, he's got him head over the thing. He's just elbowed him in the neck.
On mine, he just slammed him into the head post. So
Are they on the outside?
they were. He just slammed him into the head post.
Right, he's just slammed him onto a table. So I think I'm behind you.
Yeah, you're behind me by a couple seconds.
All right, so
Now they're back. They're back in the ring on mine.
Schoolboy.
Not yet.
Right, so I think Pedro just went for a schoolboy. They're about to get back up, so let me know as soon as the schoolboys happened.
Schoolboy.
Oh, it's not the schoolboy, sorry, the inside cradle, whatever.
2. Okay.
Alright, I think we're synced up again, or at least we're only a few seconds
Yeah,
apart
we're
now.
close. We are close. We are close. Oh, well.
King Harley Race looks like a giant Q-tip or something.
Better than looking like a penis.
That's actually a nice roll-up from Pedro there.
Very. Anyway, as we were discussing, I don't get offended because, like, for example, K-Man2495, Kyle, he
Yeah.
follows me on Twitter. When he clicked that follow button, I jumped in the Discord call and I was like, hey, Kyle, I noticed you followed me. I appreciate the follow, but turn my retweets off.
Yeah.
And he goes, what? And I was like, no. Like, he's like, you can do that? I'm like, yeah, go to my profile, click the menu, and just do it. And Tyler's like, yeah, I would take his advice. It's not
not
the
pretty.
fact- no, what did he say? It's like, it's not the how did he put it? It's not the topic that will get you most of the time. It's the amount, because he retweets a lot.
Oh, by the way, the match has already been over for like in the last 30
been.
seconds. Harley Race has won. I just checked. Actually, the first WWF champion was Buddy Rogers.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
so-
Pedro was like the 4th champion.
Oh.
It was Buddy Rogers,
I'll-
Bruno Sammartino, Ivan Koloff, and then Pedro Morales.
Fair enough. I like Harley Race.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't like him. I find him very boring. He probably was good in the 70s, but I think even by the early 80s, this guy was already well past his prime, and he went way too long in the ring. And for some reason, putting your feet on the ropes gives you a better chance of winning.
Yep.
You know, that
Dirty
probably,
pants.
even though that would actually probably be easier to kick out.
Oh,
Okay, okay. Let me just tune up. Obviously, I've got to do the my own personal version of the Hulk Hogan theme song. I have to win. I have to win until he's actually coming down to the ring, though.
Yes, you do. You're only a couple seconds behind me.
He's still orange. Oh, here we go.
There he is. He's coming. There he is.
When he comes crashing down because the cocaine has arrived. Sorry, Vince, I can't wrestle. I'm as high as a cat. Well, you hurt my friends. I don't give a fuck. With the wife of the love sponge, good old Bubba I did cook. I am a real cunt Hogan. Fight for my right to go over again. I am the real cunt Hogan. Fight for my rights. Oh, hi there, Brutai. I haven't added anything to it since last time, but yeah, I remember it off by heart now. So
That is the greatest thing ever. When I tell people about that, they laugh, dude. That's the greatest. And you didn't even have to use your lyric sheet this time, did you?
no, I do remember it off by heart now. I haven't added anything to it since I first did it, but Yeah, I do remember all of it.
You don't have to change it, man. It's perfect and it syncs up perfectly. It's great.
I won't sync up, obviously, with the show very well, but hey, whatever.
But you maintained a beat, man. Come on.
Which is off me, because I can't sing for shit.
It is what it is. Shit happens.
Oh, Orndorff, another guy who should have been world champion, in my opinion.
Is that right?
In my opinion, at this time period, yeah, I definitely think so. Orndorff, Roddy Piper. Hell, I'd even probably put the title on Jake at some point.
He never had a title,
He
did he?
never even had a fucking IC run.
Well, that's shitty.
I think. No, not even a tag team championship run. Closest he ever got to winning anything in the WWF was when he got to the finals of the '96 King of the Ring.
Oh, wow.
Actually surprised
And
it
I
took.
just, I just saw this guy earlier. You were saying?
I was just gonna say, I'm surprised it took them that long for him to get that close to winning something. Obviously, '96, Jake was no spring chicken anymore, so.
Yeah. This will be a 15-minute match.
Probably less than that, actually, because they still put in credits in this time period as well, so. And obviously, we have to get 10 minutes of Hogan's showboating, so the match is probably about to end. It's just so Hogan can start doing his whole brother thing.
Don't even get me started. I was, like I said, I do believe that he was told by Vince to cut it short because, and there's no need to go back and watch it, but he cut his posing usually goes on. He goes from to every corner, every side of the ring. He didn't do all that. He went to two sides of the ring, posed in the center, and left.
Well, here's the thing: Hogan doesn't have the power in the wrestling business that he used to. He has practically no power there at all now. He's still a name.
Yeah.
He's still a name that'll draw some fans and stuff, and like old fans, but he's got nothing compared to what he used to have.
Yeah, and like I said, he was told keep it
Yeah.
short, and he was the guest host, but he didn't actually host anything because,
No.
as you saw, Baron Corbin and Shane were running their respective parts of the show. Actually, they ran the whole fucking World Cup, but hey, whatever. And the Universal title match, but we're not gonna fucking go there again.
Nope. Just a very shitty show, pretty much. I mean, well, mediocre, and then went to shit in the last like hour.
My point exactly, man, because just as I was thinking, this show isn't too bad, here comes Brock.
I can't even say it was bad. It was just boring. But like I said, everything for the last hour was just very crap. Last three matches were terrible. The fucking well, AJ Joe actually wasn't that good. He was okay, but it wasn't great. But after that, it just took a fucking nosedive off a cliff. You had the Universal title match, which was a farce. You had Shane winning the fucking World Cup. It still makes me feel pain to say that word. And then you had the fucking over 200 years combined tag team match.
Oh my god. Is that right? That is right, isn't it?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure all the guys are over 50 years old, so.
Are you serious? Because Triple H is around Brock's age, and Brock is
No,
like 45
Triple H is. If Triple H isn't 50, he's gonna be 50 very soon. Like youngest he's got to be is 48 at the very most.
I believe it.
I can take a quick look here. Obviously,
he looks better than Michaels does, though.
he looks better, but I still say Michaels was the better performer in the match.
He was.
Triple H is 49.
Yep, you were right.
So almost.
Yeah.
I may as well check the others because I'm pretty sure it is accurate, but whatever. Let's take a look at the hours here. Yeah, The Undertaker's 43, so that's already 102 years old. 102. I think Kane. I actually thought Kane would have been the youngest of the four, but let's check in a second. Kane is 51, so that's 154 years. So Michael,
Oh
I'm pretty
my.
sure Shawn Michaels is over 46. So
He is. He's like 50 something.
yeah, Michaels is 53. So
Uh-huh.
that's 200. What 207 years between them? 206, 207 years.
All we got to do is add in Goldberg and Kevin Nash and Scott Hall for another 100.
It wouldn't even take the three of them.
Yeah, just Goldberg and Kevin would
Yeah,
suffice.
yeah. Well, any two of them would have sufficed.
It's a damn shame about Nash, though.
What do you mean?
The last time he was supposed to have a program, he got a neck injury and he stopped, and some marks were giving him some shit on Twitter. He's just like, well, y'all won't understand the fact that I just wanted to be able to jack my cock in my twilight, but it's hard to do that when you're paralyzed from the neck down.
Fucking hell. For a second there, I thought you were gonna say he burst his quad again.
No.
I'd have
He's not-
burst out laughing if you just said that.
He's not Vince McMahon.
No, he's had more knee tears than anybody else, I believe.
I believe that.
Although Vince burst in both quads at the Rumble in 2005 was hilarious. Just sat on the floor giving everybody shit. They're all just looking down and it's like, what's going on here? Why is he sat on the floor? He must be doing something creative. Oh, Jesus. To be fair, this has actually been a fairly decent match. It's not been terrible.
This match and the tag team match were great. All the matches before were kind of meh.
Yeah, there's been some boring matches. I don't think this has been a terrible show, though.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, don't get me wrong, but again, nothing has so far been as bad as the Wrestling Classic, so...
Not at all.
And we've actually only, like, 10 minutes left, so... Did you ever watch South Park, dude?
Oh, of course.
Did you watch the wrestling episode, WTF?
I vaguely remember.
I just wondering if you enjoyed it, that was all. If you don't really remember it. I remember being very, very disappointed over the fact that Edge didn't look like Terrence and Phillip.
Oh, yeah.
The whole being Canadian thing. He's like, wait, Edge is not American, he's Canadian. Why does he not look like Terrence and Phillip?
Yeah, right.
Look at those big ass cameras.
Big old.
Oh,
Ooh.
look, they're having a make-out session.
Taking a bite out of crime, I see.
I'm actually getting really fucking thirsty right now. See if Elpi's actually got online. No, not yet. I don't know if he actually finishes work at 10 or if he's supposed to be home for 10. He didn't actually say. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Like I said, we're going to take a quick break anyway between this and the next one.
Yep, sounds good.
Now, it does mean I'm going to have a lot of simulated matches to do. Holy fuck, was that a high knee from Hogan?
Yep, he's branching out.
Careful, he might actually do a hip toss in a bit.
Oh my goodness.
raises his hand and then just clotheslines him. God, I mean, I want to point something out here. I'm not a Hogan fan, but I don't hate Hulk Hogan because of his in-ring work. Because here's the thing: at this point, he wasn't actually terrible.
Nope.
I hate how Hogan was booked as the world's worst babyface. If he doesn't win,
Yeah.
all he does is moan and complain.
Yeah.
I hate that he will cheat to win sometimes. I hate that he will always moan, whine, and complain and act like he's been done bad by if he loses, even if it's, clean like he did against Warrior, for example. I hate that he takes camera time away when he does lose, like against Macho Man or against Warrior. But I don't hate him currently for his in-ring stuff. That wouldn't happen until probably a couple of years down the line, where he was been booked ridiculously over when he was obviously no longer over with the audience, and they just tried to sweeten the crowd. Kevin
Right.
Dunn at his best. And your new
fuck?
WWF champion, Paul Orndorff. Nope. See, here's the thing. I remember the first time we watched this, and I don't think it was you, but I remember either Wiz, maybe even Fondre if he was there as well. I can't remember if he was. But somebody was shocked over this. Because they honestly thought Orndorff had been the legitimate champion. God, that belt looks good on you, buddy. Actually, no, nobody looks good with that belt because it looks like shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Orndorff got disqualified.
Such a shame. He's going to start hulking up at the moment, I'm sure. Send all the little babies home happy. There's your big fist, and I'm guessing the big boots coming in a moment.
Fist and fire.
And then followed by the big leg drop. There's the big boot. Oh, he's not doing the leg drop, really? Okay, then, that's shocking. Alright, well, we have 5 minutes still, but roughly, but I suppose we could start doing it now. We've obviously seen all the matches at this point, so there's not really anything else to talk about. Now, just to point out, both Opie and Wiz's original scores for this were a 2.5. I remember that much. So, Scarecrow, what about you? What do you reckon? Because obviously you and I now have watched this twice.
I thought it was better the second time around. I'm gonna give it a strong.
Sorry, what?
I'm just going to give it a 2.
You giving it a 2? I'm actually gonna. I think I gave it a 2.5 myself last time, but I actually think it's been a bit of a bore more on the second time. I still don't think it's terrible. Obviously, it's not Wrestling Classic bad, but I think I'm going to join you and give it a 2 as well. Which I think I'll leave it out at a 2.25. It is probably one of the lower scored pay-per-views we've watched so far, so I say main event and tag matches were both okay, not really terrible or anything like that. But the rest of the show was very dull. There's only really the only way I can put it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just thought as well, I'm definitely going to have to use 2K16, I think, for this, because I don't think I have the big event arena on my 2K18 file. I could probably, actually I might be able to download it, but if I can't, I'm going to have to use 2K16 stuff instead. Arthur Morowitz. He doesn't sound Jewish whatsoever.
Oh, of course.
All right, so there you go, guys. That's the elusive episode 4 finally redone. Yeah, sorry it took about a year. As I said, we wanted to give it, and I just made a massive, massive fart. It took about a year to finally get there. Again, I apologize. There's only two of us this time. This is the only time you probably see two of us instead of more because obviously this was just a replay. I didn't want to get everybody here and make them watch this entire show again. But it's only because we had to wait a couple hours before Opie finishes work. So, yeah, don't really have a whole lot more to say. I think that is the end of the show there. Yes, it is. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Scarecrow, feel free to plug your shit.
Don't follow me on Twitter at Veil Scarecrow. That's at VEIL Scarecrow on Twitter because I block stupid people.
And since we're already out of time, I'm not going to bother with the others yet, and I'm not going to bother myself. Thank you very much for watching, and you'll be seeing episode 9 very, very shortly as well. Probably in the next day or two. Sayonara, people.
Bye, guys.